Your litter box setup could be better per your cat. Don't blame me, I'm just the messenger. Your cat wants to use the litter box each and every time, so let's make sure that happens. First, I'll chat about very specific things you can do to help ensure your cat always uses the litter box. Next, I'll chat about the fastest way to figure out what your cat wants with their litter box setup. And finally, I'll give you my best advice while you're out shopping for cat litter or a cat litter box with a word of caution. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Oz. If you don't like going to the bathroom here, then your cat does not like going to the bathroom here. We only go to a porta potty when we absolutely have to, and we all know why. My first tip is many cats do not like cat covers or cat liners for the same reason why you don't like using that porta potty. A quick side note on cat covers, many of us have one cat that likes to attack another cat while they're in the litter box. The attacker knows the other cat is vulnerable while they're doing their business, and that cat cover gives them protection so they can sneak attack their victim. Simply removing the cat cover usually solves this problem. Your cat does not want to play the floor is lava, and that mat in front of the litter box, the one keeping litter from tracking in your household, is lava and they don't want it there. Tip number 2, cats generally do not like mats in front or near the litter box. A clue your cat may not like that mat is some cats will go in and out of the litter box from the side, or they're jumping over the mat to avoid it. A common question that is asked is how many litter boxes should I have? Tip number 3 is to provide the correct number of litter boxes, which is one more litter box than the number of cats in your household. If you have one cat, you should have 2 boxes. If you have 5 cats, you should have 6 litter boxes. Now, this can become a little unrealistic, especially if you don't have a lot of space in your household. I generally only recommend this when we have a cat not using the litter box 100%. However, if you have the space, this helps ensures every cat is using the litter box. Tip number 4, put the litter box away from any potential deterrents. Do not have the litter box near the food and water dish. Keep the litter box away from any loud noises like a washer and dryer, and make sure your cat has easy access to the litter box. A classic example is an older arthritic cat not using the litter box regularly because they have to go up and down the stairs since the litter box is in a cold, dark basement. We want the litter box location to be warm and welcoming, away from any noises and distractions. We want your cat to feel comfortable while they do their business in the litter box. Too often, we humans pick a location that is out of sight, out of mind because we don't want to deal with it, we don't want to see it, we don't want to smell it. Instead, pick a location that may be more appealing to your cat. A quick note on litter box robots and automatic litter boxes, they may be too much for your cat. Yes, they are convenient, and some even record how much your cat urinates in a day, which is super helpful for someone like me. However, some cats don't like the sound and movement, and they may go to the bathroom elsewhere. Quick question, when was the last time you cleaned your cat's litter box? I don't mean scoop the litter, I mean cleaned it with soap and water. Tip number 5, clean your cat's litter box with soap and water regularly. No matter which cleaning product you are using, make sure you rinse that box thoroughly and let it dry completely. For those of you using bleach products, if you leave a bleach smell in the litter box, that may deter your cat from using the litter box. Ideally, you'll be cleaning this once a month. Realistically, myself included, we are not cleaning this once a month. I strive to do it every few months, especially if I've noticed the sides are starting to get a little dirty. Now, if you've had a plastic litter box for a few years, it may be easier just to throw it out and get a new one. Sometimes smells work their way into the plastic and cleaning just doesn't get them out. If your cat has already urinated outside the litter box and you're trying to retrain them, you have to get the urine out of your household. Tip number 6 is to get an enzymatic cleaner to break down the components of the urine so your cat cannot detect urine in your household. If you don't, they will continue to go back to that spot and not use the litter box. My final tip, which should go without saying, but to emphasize my point, you are only allowed to flush your toilet once a day. You can use it as many times as you like, but you can only flush once a day. If your cat's litter box looks like this, they are on the verge of using the bathroom elsewhere. Tip number 7 is to scoop your cat's litter at least daily. Yes, it's a pain. Yes, it's annoying. It is still better than your cat urinating outside your litter box. Now, if you cannot provide the correct number of litter boxes or you have more than one cat, you're going to have to scoop more often, maybe 2 to 3 times a day. Before we get to how to quickly and effectively set up your cat's litter box for the best chance of success, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out all of my other cat videos, and drop a comment to let me know how I'm doing. My best tip and the fastest way to figure out what your cat wants with their litter box setup is what I call a litter box buffet. Different litter boxes, different locations, different litter, all at the same time. When it comes to litter boxes, choose different sizes and shapes. The bigger, the better. When it comes to litter, have different types and textures, not just 2 or 3 different clay clumping litters, and put these litter boxes in different locations in your household. Play around with litter depth. Some cats really like to dig and bury their business. Yes, this is inconvenient. However, we cannot take our cats to our pet store and say, hey, what do you want? Just please use a litter box 100%. Instead, we have to give them different options at the same time and see what their preference is. Remember, this is temporary and better than your cat urinating outside the litter box. For those of you that don't have a lot of space, here is a suggestion. Have 2 or 3 different litter boxes next to each other. Fill them with 2 to 3 different types of litter and watch what happens for about a week. Next week, change the box locations and litter in each box and continue. You should start to see a pattern after a while. In this case, this cat is primarily using the litter boxes on the right. It doesn't seem to matter what type of box we use or the type of litter. This suggests the location is preferred. Say we do this again and we see that the cat is primarily choosing litter B. The location and the litter box type doesn't seem to matter. This is how I want you to start to think and approach your cat's litter box setup. Once you figure out what your cat likes, we can go back to a more convenient setup. The best advice I could give you if you are out shopping for a cat litter or a cat litter box is if you get excited about a product, avoid it. It's marketing to you. Your cat just wants a basic box with basic litter that's cleaned at least once a day. That's it. Before you put these tips into practice, I would like to give you a word of caution. If your cat is urinating outside the litter box, make sure you rule out a medical issue first. Otherwise, these tips won't work. If you haven't seen my video, Cat Not Peeing in the Litter Box, check that out to learn more. Thank you so much for watching, and now here is your
Cat Fact.
How many toes do cats have? Most cats have 18 toes, 5 toes on each front paw and 4 toes on each back paw. The record for the most toes on a cat is 28. I bet that cat needed a lot of scratching posts.